Radio Raheem down here in the dungeons with Richard Schaefer. We're at Wildcard Boxing Gym in the pit, man. Glad to see you back here where the fighters get it done. First of all, being I guess you could call yourself a new promoter, if you will, on your own here. Ring Star is up and going. You guys are putting fights on. Talk to me about what it's like now to be promoting on your own with your own company and basically not having to run anything through anybody else. How do you feel about promoting?
Oh, it feels great, but it's just looking forward to building up these young guys and let them loose here on April the 9th. It's going to be opening night in many ways for Ring Star. Yes, we have promoted some fights before, but this is the next generation of stars, so it feels great to have identified them, signed them, and now help them to make their dreams come true.
When we first talked, you were announcing Ring Star, and you told me that you were going to sign new fighters, young fighters, and build them, not really looking to star hunt. Why did you decide to go that route, and are you satisfied with those decisions? Are you looking to sign any stars now?
Well, no, absolutely. I mean, I always keep an open eye when it comes to stars, current world champion, former world champions, so anybody who is a free agent, yes, I'm interested in to work with them and for them. But in the meantime, while that goes on, because you never know what happens, you can't just sit around and do nothing. So we really, with my team, we identified the best young prospects, and we're fortunate to really sign the kids which we wanted, which not only have the skills in the ring, but really the charisma and the personality outside of the ring as well.
We're seeing a few different, I guess you could say, theories of promotion play out with the different promoters trying their hand. A big number on CBS for Thurman Garcia, we saw him get. And then right on the heels of that, we saw Triple G. And we've got the numbers in now for pay-per-view, and the reaction has been interesting to me. So I'm trying to get your opinion on how people are reacting to the Triple G's numbers. Do you think that the numbers that a fighter brings in on pay-per-view are directly correlated to how big a star he is?
Well, the pay-per-view is really a sort of like a different animal, and sort of like all stars have to be aligned, and you need to know how to promote the pay-per-view. This is not like a fight where you get a license fee. You need to really go out and promote. It's like a campaign. You need to sell. You need to activate. You need to do conversions with your sponsors. You need to really work very hard, but not only hard, smart, to really give that pay-per-view an opportunity to succeed. Then the date is very important as well. The location of a pay-per-view is very important as well. So there are so many different factors, and truth be told, beside Top Rank and me in the past, there hasn't really anybody been doing successful pay-per-views where you can say, wow, these numbers are amazing. I mean, with Floyd, when I promoted Floyd's fights together with Floyd, we broke records all the time, and we really had like a very well-oiled pay-per-view machine, and I think that is a little bit missing now. And the date for the Triple G fight was probably the worst date you could do. I actually promoted the fight once as well on that weekend together with Bob. I think it was Morales Barrera or one of those from Vegas, and the pay-per-view numbers were disappointing as well. So that's why I said before, you need to know to promote, but you need to go as well on the right date. And March Madness opening weekend, the whole United States, the whole sports fan base is watching basketball, and nobody's thinking about paying $65 to watch a fight. I think the price point was a bit steep as well. So there's a lot of different factors, but in the end of the day, if it did $150,000 or $170,000 and generated $10 million in gross pay-per-view receipts, half of it goes to the cable system, still $5 million. There is no network in the world which pays a $5 million license fee. So you need to compare, you need to put success in relation what is available out there. Would you have done the fight on free HBO or whatever and gotten a license fee of $2.5 million or so? That would have been the number. Or do you take the risk and you go on pay-per-view and you end up bringing $5 million into the pot? Well, it worked. it worked. So I think Tom did a good job, and you need to put those numbers in relation to what the market is.
You made some news last time we talked, that your announcement saying that if you were at the helm, Triple G Canelo would have happened already. We've got a response from Oscar De La Hoya, partially in response to the pay-per-view numbers we just talked about, saying that he's going to renegotiate the contract or send them some different offer because the numbers were low. And then on the heels of that, he says that if Triple G fights in June, then maybe Canelo's off the table. I'm trying to figure out, and the fans are trying to figure out, what kind of thinking this is from a promoter's perspective. Is this good business on Oscar's part, or are they just trying to find a way to get out of the fight?
No, look, I have to agree with Oscar on this one, because the fact is, I just said it before, you need to know how to promote pay-per-view. You cannot promote a big pay-per-view with a month or two lead time. It's impossible. And you figure out, like, if Triple G is going to fight in July? In June, by the time, he's over and healed up and so on, you're going to have 2 months to promote for a September pay-per-view. That's not how you maximize pay-per-view revenues. Ideally, you want to have a minimum, and I mean minimum of 3 months to promote a pay-per-view. If you could do if they could sit down today, this week, next week, agree on terms, and then start really putting together a pay-per-view promotion for September. I mean, once Canelo obviously you cannot start before, but once the Cinco de Mayo is over, but if they can have a deal in place contingent on Canelo beating Chavez, then they can start that night. That night, right there in Vegas, they can start the pay-per-view promotion. They could do the unveiling of a video, of the TV spot. So you imagine now, if you have May, June, July, August, 4.5, 5 months, all the stuff you can do to activate. That's how you promote pay-per-view. If Golovkin wants to go and fight in Kazakhstan, which I understand is important to him because of the World Expo and other reasons, and Kazakhstan government is a sponsor of Golovkin, and this is important, then don't go and blame Canelo or Oscar in this particular case. If that fight doesn't happen, the one to blame is Golovkin and Loeffler. And I'm saying the way it is. This is not about kissing up to Oscar, kissing up to Golovkin. I want to keep it real, and that is the truth.
Let me put your matchmaker hat on, because you have a reputation for keeping it real. So Oscar had a good win, Golden Boy I should say, had a good win overseas this last weekend with Linares. Great fight. Everyone's talking Garcia, Linares next. How do you see that matchup happening? Who do you think is the favorite in that fight?
Oh, I think that Mikey Garcia today, and I said it in Vegas following his sensational knockout win over Dejan. I think that Mikey Garcia definitely belongs in the top 10 pound for pound. In my opinion, belongs in the top 5 pound for pound, not only because of that knockout, but because of what he has achieved already in his career. Multiple world titles, multiple divisions, and I think he's undoubtedly one of the most skilled fighters. He can punch as well, has patience in the ring generalship, everything. I mean, all of those pieces, all of these boxes he checks off, and I think it will be an easy night for Mikey again.
And lastly, all the news everywhere, the one thing that everyone talks about is still Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor. Floyd officially came out of retirement to bait this fight, and we know that you guys have had tremendous success in the past. If this fight goes forward, would you be involved in the promotion? And where do you think this places in boxing history? Is this number 50, or is this like an exhibition?
Well, I don't know to what extent or if I would be involved. Floyd and me are friends. We had great success together, and we know how to maximize revenues, and we work very well together. So we'll cross that bridge, if the fight happens. Now, you have to understand, boxing is entertainment, and that's what this is. It's entertainment. It will be a great event. It will be an event everybody will be talking about, and that's what it's ultimately all about, And one might say, well, it's an easy night for Floyd, but the fact is, it doesn't really matter who you put in with Floyd, and it's an easy night. So what's different there?
Knowing what you...
I don't really care if the guy across the ring from Floyd Mayweather is McGregor or whatever his name is. Floyd is making it easy because, as I always said, Floyd is a once-in-a-lifetime talent, and he really is, in my opinion, the greatest of all time. And all of us who live in today's era, we don't really fully appreciate the greatness of Floyd Mayweather. The generations after us, I'm sure, will, but so it doesn't really matter, McGregor or whoever. Floyd is making it easy.
Let me lock you into a one-word answer. Knowing what you know about Floyd in the fight business, does McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather happen, yes or no?
If you would have asked me a month ago, I would have said no. You're asking me now, I say yes.
Radio Raheem with Richard Schaefer here at Wildcard Boxing Gym. Pleasure to have you back in the business. Always love talking to you. Thank you again, Radio Raheem with Richard Schaefer.